All right, this is going to be a weird one. We're going to start weird, guys. That's just how
I
we
love
go.
weird.
California man fatally shoots friend in argument over who gets to sit in the front seat of the car. Sometimes we get these. This is recent, too. This is from 3 minutes ago.
He took the Rosa Parks situation very, very serious. That was close to his heart, okay?
A Fontana man has been arrested after police said he fatally shot his friend over an argument about who would get to sit in the front seat of a car. Fontana officers were called to the, well, it doesn't matter where it is. 19 years old, Jelaine Wilson, on the street suffering from a gunshot wound to the chest. He died. Sheesh. So the suspect is Sergio Orozco, also a Fontana. And authorities learned that they're close friends. The two were with a third friend leaving a nearby party when the driver got into his seat. Orozco and Wilson got into an argument over who would sit in the front seat. That's when Orozco pulled out a handgun, shot Wilson in the... Yikes. That's... Wow.
Over a front seat. Listen, me and my brother used to fight over the front seat a lot. And I can't say I didn't think about knocking him out for it. But I don't think we ever got in a fist fight over
sibling rivalries.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what it was. It was a dominance thing.
You know what? I love music. I love music a lot. Like, I'm a really big music guy, and I take it pretty seriously. So I do take sitting shotgun very seriously.
Oh yeah.
Do I
take the aux cord is a thing. The aux cord battles for the auxiliary cord. Yeah.
It's very real, especially in today's society where you can pretty much get anything you want right at your fingertips, even in a car. However, have I ever taken it to a place where it's going to get physical? Like, no, I'll be like, okay, if it means this much to you, you go ahead and sit shoddy. And I don't get, you know, like, whatever. Someone else wants to shit shotgun, and I don't even know if that's something people say anymore. You're younger than me, maybe you know, but I don't even know.
I'm not that. I think we're only like 3 years apart.
Oh, we are? Okay.
Yeah, I'm 29.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you were younger. All right.
No, I just look younger because of my boyish good looks and winning smile. But
sure, yeah. I mean, yeah. I thought you were younger, so there you go. But yeah, what bothers me more than so you're thinking it is still something people say. We need somebody that's like 22.
My friends still say like I'm riding shoddy. We don't say I'm riding we don't call shotgun. It's like we just say like shoddy. Okay. Everybody like, oh, you're gonna have to fight me for it then. That's pretty much how that gets off.
But it's just you just arm wrestle or do something a little
pretty
more.
Much.
Like nobody gets
unless
hurt.
We're in the house. We try not to do it anymore. Now, you know, my friends are older, so they make their kids fight for it, and whoever's kid comes out on top of me, you're a worthy person to sit up.
Oh, that's the weirdest, dude. You know what? I'm going on tour next week, and I literally saw friends on Facebook that I know are coming to the show because they told me, they're like, hey, Ron, you're coming to our town. We're going to be at the show. And I see them on Facebook posting for babysitters. And man, is that a sign of you're getting older.
Oh, man, my brother, same thing. We went out the first time I visited him in Miami when he had my nephew. I was like, yeah, man, we're going to go out, bro. We're going to be out until like 6 in the morning. We got a hotel. Come on. He's like, yeah, man, real quick. I'm like, what you doing, bro? I'm on this babysitter app. Got to find a babysitter for Cam, you know. Hey, look. Hey, you think you can help me out? Throw me like $20. You know, babysitters are expensive in Miami. I'm like, what the? I was like, oh God. And I'm older than him.
They got apps for babysitters.
Yeah.
So you may just roll the dice on someone you've never met before. Like, oh, their profile looks good. That's
they have a very extensive,
cool.
They have a very extensive like babysitter network in Miami because, well, to be perfectly honest, growing up in the Latin community, you know, like they party and there's literally nothing, including age, that is going to stop you from doing it. And so they kind of have people they trust that they like that maybe they were babysitting before, and all the babysitters in the area kind of went into that network, and they have background checks on them. They have like obviously kind of like Airbnb. It's like the Airbnb of babysitting.
All right, fair enough.
But it's still weird. I don't disagree with you.
It would weird me out. Someone that I've never actually met in person is showing up to my house, and then they're gonna like watch my child. Like, I don't even think I could do that for my cat. Like, I'd be like, oh, I've never met you.
There's an app for that too.
I know.
The WAG, I'm still like so skeptical of like letting them walk my dog. I'm like,
you never met them.
Like, you might want to take my dog. My dog is awesome.
If it's like a company, that's one thing. I used to do pet sitting and dog walking when I first got to LA. And I worked for a company where it's like, yeah, we're a reputable company. Here's our background. You're going to meet with the people. They would even have it where if somebody was going to be walking the dog, well, I mean, the apps, it's just, I don't know. It's kind of weird to me, but it's the age we live in. I mean, it's just where we're at now.
And because millennials have to work 8 different jobs, you know, they can't just simply, you know, beggars can't be choosers. We can't have animals and, you know, sanity in free time.
Well, isn't that uniquely American? 8 different jobs. I mean, God bless us, everyone.
Did you see the Hulu commercial where it's AT&T advertising their prepaid mobile plan? And it's like, she's an artist, a dog walker, a musician, a writer, and they're like celebrating and she's like walking down the street. I'm like, this is not normal, people. This is not normal. And it's like, this is a plan just for you in your life.
Well, you know what else they celebrate? I mean, GoFundMe celebrates the fact that the people mostly use it for medical uses. Yeah. Like, hey, grandpa needs a new hip. Like, they celebrate that. They make commercials about that.
It's disgusting that we have to have.
It's so messed up.
Hell, GoFundMe wouldn't even have I don't think they would be a thing if our medical industry wasn't so shit.
Oh, they would still be a thing. They're still,
but not that much of a thing. I mean,
plenty of people need to put their indie albums out. It would still be a thing.
But would that be a Kickstart? Is that still a thing? Is Kickstart still around?
Is there a different? I mean, maybe you're right. I don't know. Like, I think Patreon's the way to go, personally. I mean, I think
Patreon I like, and he's a cool dude, Patreon. And he's one of us. Like, he's a YouTuber. Like, the CEO is like a hardcore YouTuber. That's how he got famous.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's a whole, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I would go along with the he's one of us, but but okay.
Oh, you might know more about him than I do then.
No, I mean, I've just read, I was on a conference call with the guy. He is a nice guy, but I've read some things, but I don't know how true it is or isn't, so I don't want to, like...
I get you.
So I don't want to, like, you know, I don't want to spread like hearsay because I don't know how true things are or aren't. Because sometimes if somebody does strike gold, there's always going to be some people, you know, having alternatives.
There's always going to be haters out there. Yeah,
they got there. And
I've seen you work with Jimmy. What do you mean? Of course. Like, there are people who just don't like. Jimmy was the all loving person in the world. As soon as he started getting like uber famous over the last few months, all of a sudden these random attacks are coming out again. I'm like, hold on, you're mad at Jimmy for what? Well, sometimes he's really emotional in his delivery. The world is coming to an end, you asshole. What the fuck? You want him to be Sam Cedar? Well, I just really don't think that Trump is really the guy. I just don't see how he's better than Hillary. It's like, oh, please. I wish I could hear you over my snoring. So
I have no idea what you're talking about. But anyway. Before we put a period on this, because we got a lot of articles and people are even asking some questions in the chat. But I'll say this, and you know, this is a weird story. This is an odd one. It's a weird way to start the show. Thank you for sharing, though, Seawalk. But I'll tell you what bugs me more, and I'm not trying to make light of this, but what bugs me more than like, oh, someone's sitting shotgun and it's not me. And you know, when I was a teenager, this really used to bug me because I was just a goofy kid that didn't have any real problems in life, basically. But I really hate it if I'm driving and somebody just starts messing with the music without asking.
I don't think that's
really
I think that's no, that's an everybody thing.
Dude,
that's breakup. That's a breakup quality.
It almost caused a breakup. I was just when I was 19 years old, I was dating this girl, and she's a cool girl. We actually ran into each other a few years ago, caught up, had a cup of coffee. She's engaged, or she was engaged at the time. I'd imagine she's married now. Still a really cool girl. And it was one of those things. We were kind of chasing each other a little bit here and there all throughout high school. Finally got together. I was like, all right. And she just, one day I was rocking out and she just starts, and she put on some insipid top 40 station.
Oh, no, that's the worst kind.
Yeah, where I was listening to some punk rock music and I was like, whoa, what? We didn't cover this.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's a no. Because I think it's more so people who are very big on like common courtesy, and also like, when this is my stuff, if this was your stuff, before I even thought about even turning it down, I would ask you if it was okay. I think, and then when you see somebody they automatically believe that they were entitled to change the station in your vehicle while you are clearly having a good time listening to your song. It's like, whoa, is this going to be our entire relationship? Do I have to
it was my parents' minivan, but let's not split hairs.
Well, it's kind of yours. I don't know if I'll claim the minivan. I'll be like, it's my parents, but you know, I pimp it out. I make it look good.
You know what? I always say my parents bought a minivan because my family's Catholic, and my parents thought, you know what? Our son's doing a good job on his own, but what can we do to make sure he never gets laid in high school? I know. We'll get a minivan.
You know, I had a friend who's his family, like he calls himself the most stereotypical white suburban family ever because his dad's special forces, his mom perfect housewife, absolutely gorgeous. Brother went to special forces. They all went to good schools, and they all are like super high speed, really sweet, very welcoming. They love everybody in their house all the time. And he says, my family is actually so white and suburban that we drive a white Suburban.
That's funny. I like that. You know what, man? I'll say this, though. It ended up backfiring in my case because when I was in high school, I played in a band, and our parents' minivan was the only thing that would fit all of our equipment. So it ended up helping us out. We had the transportation. Yeah, we were able to get our gear to the shows. The only thing that was kind of weird or not weird, but the only thing that also, we were so embarrassed by the fact that we drove in a minivan, we would like park as far away from the venue as we could.
Oh my God.
So we would haul our equipment for like a block. We were like, this isn't too far to walk. And we would haul our equipment. Or what we would do is we would like pull into the load-in area, load our equipment, and then they'd be like, all right, get that eyesore fucking minivan out of here now. And I would go park a couple blocks away and then come back to the loading dock. And we would
it's so funny because I feel like everybody as a kid, you know, you wanted your parents to buy a van not because you like the van, but just like, I get to chill, like sit back. I get to watch my cartoons while they drive me everywhere. And then when you're an adult, that quickly fades. You're like, hold on, you're telling me if we get a van, I have to drive it now? Whoa, that wasn't part of the deal. Yeah, nah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip from Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means I log on to a stream and people tweet me articles over on Twitter at Ron Placone, or they use our Reddit subsection, which is just Get Your News On with Ron over on Reddit. And that's how we build the show. I'm seeing all these articles for the first time. We are literally getting our news on together. Follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone so you can participate. And this show streams live every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please do tune in. If you want to support this show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Ron Placone, where for as low as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts every week, exclusive videos, free tickets to shows when I'm performing in your town, and more for as low as $1 a month. Please do consider it. Thank you so much for your support. This has been Get Your News On with Ron.